Most women don't take the time for self-care. I mean, we give our all to our family, our husband, our children, and even our job. That's why I'm so excited to do this piece of content for you. Stay tuned, hit subscribe. Let's go. So, you may not believe it, but self care is very critical to life. As women, self care is something we can't afford to skimp on. And a lot of times people might say, well, I don't have the money for self care. And self care is not necessarily a money thing. It's not about money all the time. So let's just talk about why self care is critical, right? It can prolong your life and just give you a better quality of life, too. So here are reasons, and not just reasons, but these are things that will start to encompass your life once you start implementing self care. So, a lot of times people say, well, I lack clarity, and clarity on decision making is one of the things, one of the benefits that you get from self care. When you take time to care for yourself, when you take time to make you a priority, even if it's only a couple of hours a day, you will have more clarity. You will start to make better decisions. You'll even have better focus too, right? And I know for me, it was important for me to begin implementing self care, even if it was just me playing in my closet or trying out different makeup techniques or saying, okay, well, you know, I'm not going to spend hours on my hair. Let me put a cute wig on to save myself some time and to just begin this self care journey. Now, have I always practiced self care? No, I was one of those women on the verge of burnout because I'm paying bills or I'm going to work and I'm trying to make stuff happen. And we glorify this grinding thing when you have to give yourself a break. You have to take a moment to pause. You have to do and experience the things that you love. And me just beginning to flow in the self care realm of things helped me to realize that. So, self care will help you manage stress. A lot of women are stressed. They're overworked. They feel burdened. They're trying to make things happen. Maybe they want to move. Maybe they want to relocate, but they don't have the time, right? They don't have the hours in the day to accomplish it all. And bottom line, you just have to make the time when it comes to self care. Like I said, it helps you minimize stress. It will lower your risk of illness. A lot of people are overworked and don't take the time to even make a doctor's appointment to find out what's going on. You are important. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be that you are important enough and you matter. We make time for everything else, and we need to make time for ourselves. That needs to be the ultimate priority. And if you say, okay, I've never done it, I want to start doing it now, good. You can start at any point in time in your life, but just be consistent with it, right? Like I said, it lowers your risk of illness. I have a couple more bullet points here. It increases your energy. When you take time to rest, your energy will increase, right? It'll bring you joy and fulfillment, right? there are people who work, never take a vacation, don't want to use up their time, saving it in case of an emergency. Take some time off. Go someplace nice. Even if you do a staycation, meaning you stay home or stay local, visit some places that bring you joy. If you love the water, go to the beach, right? If you love museums, go and do that. If you're one of those who love shopping, I don't mind shopping. Most of the time I do it online, but if shopping brings you a self-care release, go and do that, right? Self-care can help eliminate anxiety. So if you're going through anxious periods in your life because you're trying to make decisions, or you're worrying about the future, or you're preoccupied with what can go wrong in your life, begin taking time to implement self-care. And self-care will also help improve your relationships too, because when you are more rested, you are friendlier and happier you, okay? And your friends will notice that, your significant other will recognize that, and it increases your self-worth too. I wrote that down. Self-care increases your self-worth because you are making self a priority. And we have to do that. As women, we don't do that enough. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this piece of content for you. So, we've been hearing mental health, right, over and over again, and we might not realize what it is, but mental health issues are real. And bottom line, if you're just grinding to pay bills and you're never resting or resetting, it can lead to a breakdown. It can lead to you ceasing to function in the manner in which you have functioned in the past. So we don't want that to happen, right? And here's the thing with self-care, it might start with a cup of tea and a candle, but it's so much more than that. Self-care is so much more than just tea and candle. I mean, those are great elements to implement, but go further than that. Treat yourself better than that. Honor yourself better than that. And you will begin to see the rewards and the quality of your life shift. Now, I'm not just saying this and reading off statistics. I'm telling you what I've done for me. I've had to take time and say, you know what? I want something pretty. I'm going to wear a new dress. I'm going to treat myself once a month to one thing that I like. And it doesn't have to be $100 item. It can be a $10 item. It can be a $16 lipstick. Whatever it is, begin loving you. Being a part of this channel can help you with your self-care routine. Am I saying buy all the things that I'm buying? You don't have to, but you learn different things, whether it's makeup, whether it's skincare, or whether it's sales and different items that you might say, well, I'd like to add a cute little dress to my wardrobe. Let me see what she's talking about. And then you look at the items I have. Some of them are affordable and some of them might be a little pricier, but based on your price range or based on your budget, you can treat yourself nice. So for me, self-care was eliminating sugar and adopting a kind of pseudo keto carnivore diet where I'm cutting out carbs. So I'm about 59, 60 days right now with no sugar. Why? Because I crave sugar, and sugar will rob your body of so much that you can't overdose on that. I know a lot of times when we're younger, we think we're invincible. We do and we eat whatever we want. Oh, I have a taste for this. I have a taste for that. But after a while, your body is like, I can't take it anymore. So for me, I had to say no to sugar. And am I saying I'm never going to have sugar again in my entire life? I'm not saying that. But the bottom line is I had to shift my eating for my health's sake, for me to look better in my clothes, for me to wake up not feeling inflamed in different parts of my body. I had to do that. So self-care might be different for you, or it may be the same, but whatever the case may be, you are important enough to try something that works for you and stick to it. So I haven't weighed myself, but I know and I can feel that I'm down some poundage. Let me tell you, when you start eliminating sugar, pounds are going to drop. When you start limiting carbs, pounds are going to drop. So if weight is your issue, if you're feeling puffy, if you're always feeling bloated, self-care could just mean for you changing the things you eat and implementing more foods. I know we don't like to hear about salads and all that stuff, and it doesn't mean you have to eat a salad every day, but it just means make better choices so that everything isn't laden with carbs and filling you up with gases and all that stuff. We just have to love ourselves enough to try it. And for me, it's been almost 60 days with no sugar and about 36 days, I wrote it down, doing my carb limiting routine. Okay. When my husband and I did keto before together, because he's totally on board with it, I must have lost at least 20 pounds. So right now, yeah, I can stand to lose about 20 pounds and I'll be happy because I can still fit everything in my closet. And I know that's a weight at which my body feels good. Okay. But here are the 4 golden rules of self-care, and I'm going to read them for you. Self-care is a lifestyle. This is number 1. Self-care is a lifestyle. So that means it's part of your everyday life. It doesn't mean every day you're going to do something, that is a self-care routine, even though just putting on a sleep mask or moisturizer at night could be an everyday routine of self-care that you introduce to your life. But what I'm saying is self-care is not like a fad diet. You start doing it and you're like feeling a little better and you're like, okay, it worked, let me stop doing it. No, self-care is a part of your life. It's a lifestyle. Okay. Number 2, self-care is not a statistic, right? It changes based on what you need, how you're feeling, the results you're getting. So you have to listen to your body, see how you're thinking when you're practicing self-care. And, you can always edit, try something else, and see which or what things work together better for you and begin incorporating those things. Okay? Self-care, and many of you need to hear this. I know I needed to hear this. Self-care sometimes involves eliminating people, places, and things. And a lot of times, some of the most harsh things or the harshest thing to hear is that people, sometimes even people you love, can be the ones hindering your self-care. And sometimes you just need to eliminate that. I shared before, I went through a period where friends just disappeared from my life, and some had help from me leaving, exiting, because they were bringing me stress, they were bringing me drama on the daily. And if I'm trying to manage my own life, I don't need somebody else's junk to weigh me down when I'm just trying to lay back, relax, and chill. So think about the things, the people, the places that you might need to eliminate or even decrease access with, just so you have a better quality of life, just so you don't wake up on a beautiful day, and the first thing that happens is your phone is ringing and someone's weighing you down with all your junk before you even had a chance to enjoy the beautiful day. Okay? And number 4, don't compare your self-care to someone else's self-care. So why do I say that? I say that because, like I said before, um, some people can afford a month-long vacation and consider that self-care. So if you can't afford that, you can't compare yourself to them or want to do what they do. It might be something to aspire to, but you do what you can do for now so that you are easing into it, right? You might have to just opt for a once-a-month facial, right? Or a biannual massage, right? Do you. There's so many ways to care for yourself that You don't have to copy what someone else is doing. Just do what's within your budget to do, just making you a priority. I usually start my day with being still, quiet, no interruptions. Like I woke up this morning, it was a little after 6, and everyone's still sleeping. And I said, I'm going to make this video, this piece of content, while I know it's quiet, while I know I won't be interrupted, while my thoughts are cohesive and I sound like I'm making sense. Okay. So you have to examine your life and you have to decide what things you're going to try. Maybe you'll have a list of things, a short list of things that you want to try. And then when you try them, you see how you feel after each activity, and whichever ones work best, those are the ones you stick to. Those are the ones that you make a part of your routine. Again, it's different for everyone, but I wanted to give you some ideas of things you can do to begin implementing self-care in your life. And then don't move, because I'm going to show you the top 5 things that are in my arsenal. So number 1, try using a gratitude journal. I'll put a link to the gratitude journal that I created below at the description, and I'll also put a list of all 5 things that I recommend and some bonus things too that you might want to look at or maybe add. So a gratitude journal is a good way to get your thoughts from clogging up your head and get it down on paper, just so you lighten the load, just so you feel lighter, just so you don't feel stressed, and just so you're not sitting there all day with thoughts just roaming around in your head and limiting your focus. Okay. So a gratitude journal is a great way to do that. Whether it's your fears, whether it's your hopes, whether it's your dreams, you can put all of those things in your journal. And that's what I do. I even put my ideas in my journal, because when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I wake up with so many ideas that I'm like thinking, okay, what am I going to do today? Which idea am I going to implement? But now I started just putting those in my gratitude journal. I'm grateful for the ideas that come to me, and I just write them down, and I can pace myself. I don't lose a thought, an idea, or something I might want to do or try. Even this piece of content here was an idea that came to me, and I said, let me do it. I felt the need to prioritize it, because I'm like, if I'm feeling like this, there might be other women out there who feel like this too. So this was in my gratitude journal. And again, if you want to use the one I use, it's a pretty little journal with pink and other colors. I thought that I had mine around here, but I don't know where I placed it, but I'll put the link so that you can go ahead and check it out. I'm writing it down so that I don't forget to put the link. All right. See, I get it out of my head and on paper so it doesn't clog up my thinking. So shower and bathe before bed. And I'm not saying this in a, oh, you got to be clean way, but a shower or a bath is so relaxing that if you're not doing that at night, if you feel that you come home from work and you're just so tired, you don't want to do anything, try doing it. Try using luscious products, or products that smell good, or products with lavender in it that will relax you, and you will be surprised how that can totally shift your entire life. Number 3, book a therapy session. The great thing about therapy nowadays is you can do it from your home or from your computer. So if you have things that are weighing you down, or things that are heavy on your heart, and you just need somebody to talk to, remember, therapy doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means you need an outlet to process through some things, and a professional can help you do that. Okay? subscription box. That's number 4. You know, there's a subscription box that I know is going to be a part of my self-care routine, and I've wanted to try it for a while, but it's on my list for self-care because who doesn't like getting a box just coming? And sometimes you don't always know when it's going to arrive, and then you open it up and it's like a present, it's like a party, it's something that you can treat yourself to that's super affordable, and it's like a surprise, like I said. So subscription box, and there's so many different types out there, whether you want something with clothing, whether you want something with makeup. I was part of a makeup subscription box, and it turned me on to a couple of products that I didn't even know that I would fall in love with. So that's just a thought. And, you know, get a pen and piece of paper. If any of these things resonate with you, if any of these things pique your interest, if any of these things are things that you might want to try, go ahead and do that. Write it down so you don't forget, or just bookmark this video. Just like it anyway so that it would be in your likes folder on YouTube. Okay? Number 5, a spa day. Sometimes you just need a spa day. And a spa day can entail full body massage. It can include facial, body rub, head to toe, a full body salt scrub. There are just so many things. I would look for a place, a spa in your area, and just see the different things they offer. A lot of times when people hear spa, they think pricey, but they're all different services, all different kinds of services they offer, and you just have to see what fits in your budget and what you can implement, okay? 6, a weekend getaway. Right? We'd all love that. And my husband and I, we do that a lot. When we're feeling like, okay, we need to decompress a little bit, we pick a place. We pick a place mostly that we can drive to in 3 to 5 hours. We go, we unplug, we try food in the area. We see sites that are in the area. And we just enjoy that for a weekend. And then we come back home feeling like, okay, we did something besides pay bills and go to work. So a weekend getaway might be something you want to check off on your list. Do not disturb. Number 7, do not disturb. Unplug. That might mean you put down your phone, you not answering calls, you find some movies that you've always wanted to see, and you just make some snacks or make a sandwich or sip on your favorite tea while you enjoy some of the movies that are out there. And there are a lot. One day I'm going to do a list of like my top 10 movies of all time. And sometimes, you know, if you subscribe to a service like Prime or Netflix, you can add movies you want to watch to your list so that you can go through them. And maybe it's not something you want to do all in one weekend, but every Friday night, let's say, you can sit back, relax, watch a movie or two, and then that's part of your self-care routine. Listen, self-care is not heavy. Some people think that self-care is so heavy, it's a chore. Oh, it's going to give me another thing that I have to do. Yeah, but you want to make it part of your life so that you can reap the rewards. And let me tell you something, when you start reaping the rewards, when you start feeling different, when you feel like the weight is lifted, you're going to be happy you started it, and you're going to want to continue to do it. Okay? Number 8, flower delivery. So there's services where every month, based on your price range, you can send yourself flowers. That's a self-care routine that's hands-off, because all you have to do is enter your information, pick the price range, and then you get this bouquet, and every month you're like, wow, okay, like I appreciate me enough to buy flowers that I'm not waiting for a man to make the move to buy me flowers, okay? 9, girls brunch. Now, sometimes you have girlfriends that don't drain you, but they're a joy to be around. Gather them together, if it's one, if it's two, or even if it's three, and just decide, even if not every month, but quarterly, let's get together and have lunch. Let's try a new restaurant every single time. And, let's just hang out, chit chat, laugh, smile, share secrets, and just enjoy each other. That's priceless. That's a priceless experience. Number 10, self gifting. And I'm like the president of that club. I'm like the self gifting president of the club because I totally and wholeheartedly believe in self gifting. Because one, when you self gift, you know you're going to get exactly what you want. And two, self gifting is just a way of saying, listen, you work hard. Here, appreciate this token of love from yourself to yourself. Okay? And here's some bonus things you can do. For some people, cleaning de-stresses them. So maybe you want to declutter a room. Maybe you want to declutter an area in your house, a garage, or maybe just a junk drawer, right? Decluttering can be a self-care routine because looking at that messiness is probably not bringing you any joy. So begin picking and choosing from this list and decide what you want to begin implementing. And you don't have to wait until the summer's over. There's no perfect time of the year to start. When you make up your mind to start, you just start and you go, okay? Also, I put on my list another bonus, find and listen to a fun podcast. There's so many podcasts out there, and you just have to find one to your liking. Maybe you want to watch one that's funny. Maybe you want to watch some that, just talks about the mistakes people made. Maybe you want to listen to a podcast where they talk about their journey in success. If you're running a business, find a fun one, listen to it, and as you follow along, you'll learn some things in the process because whenever I listen to a podcast, I'm always learning something. Maybe I'll do a favorite list with podcasts too. Writing that down, podcasts and movies. Podcasts and movies. Okay, so I'm writing that down so I don't forget. All right, so right now I'm going to share with you my top 5 items in my self-care arsenal. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Like I said, it doesn't start or end with a candle, but this candle is my fave. Voluspa Coconut Papaya. And as you can see, it's not very big. Ooh, but it smells so good. Yeah. And there are things now where you don't even have to light the candle and worry about, starting a fire or it burning a curtain or anything. They're like warming lamps that you can put over your candles now so that it just melts it down and the fragrance still, emanates throughout the room. And I'm telling you, well, I'm saying feels, but it smells so good that I want to eat it, that I wish it was like an ice cream flavor because it smells that good. They have other scents too, but I've linked this under the description of this video and you can go right to it. And if you buy it for yourself, you'll love it. I think this little candle was $25 or $27. I don't remember which, but I just love even the like glass jar that it comes in. It looks so expensive, and then you can use the jar afterwards for anything else. I mean, put cotton balls in it, whatever, but this candle is delicious. This candle is delicious. I'm actually going to put it on my desk without the top so it can smell up my office. I love, love, love that. All right. So also, and I purposely didn't put on lipstick because I wanted to show you this. This is my Babe Glow lip sleep mask. Okay. Now, if you're on if you're on TikTok, you know that this company sent Bethany Frankel a Chanel bag. And it was their way of promoting this lip balm because inside the bag were boxes of this. So I said, let me try it. It's a cute little pink creaminess. And it goes on kind of thick because it's a sleep mask. And when I use it, my lips stay soft and I wake up without chapped lips. Even if you're saying, well, I don't want to use that all year round, this is so good. This is so good for even, the winter time. You know, when our lips usually get chapped the most, this is great for that. So if that's on your list, if that's not on your list, get it on your list. This is so good. It makes me want to keep doing this. It looks pink, but it doesn't really have a tint to it. So try it, you will love it. Okay. And then also, well, I shared the candle, I shared my lip mask that is now a part of my routine. And also, every woman needs a gorgeous robe. It looks like it was made for this outfit. So I got this robe from Notori, and the robe was $165. I got it for $50 off. So that was $116, and then I signed up for their list and I took another $12 off. So this ended up only being $104. I love the sleeves. I love the sleeves, and I think that, you know, something pretty like this, you should be able to walk around your house even if you don't want to get dressed. I know sweats are comfortable, but so is a pretty robe. A pretty robe is so comfortable that every woman needs one. And they have so many different styles, so many different prints. If this might be something you want to treat yourself to, again, like I said, I'm going to put links to all 5 of the things I'm recommending under the description of this video. So go and check that out. So this was number 3. I did the candle, I did the lip mask, I did the robe, and I have something that's so heavy that I have to turn around to try and pick it up. Okay. So I bought this and I'm so glad that I bought it. This is a weighted blanket, and a weighted blanket, they're saying, is good for anxiety, to give you better sleep. And why that is because it feels like a hug. So if you're single or even if you're married, this might be something you want to include in your life. And as you can see, mine is like a little, it's like a little Sherpa on the inside, like a Sherpa furry thing on the inside. So it might not be the best thing for summer, but when it starts getting cooler and the winter comes, you're gonna love this. I put it on my husband yesterday and he was just like, oh man, you know, he loved it. So I highly, highly recommend it. And mine is a 25 pounder. So the whole thing is 25 pounds. They have 10 pounds if you want something that's lighter. Try it. You know, it really feels like someone is just hugging you like this all night long. And some of us can use that. Who doesn't need a hug? I mean, I know I need a hug. Every now and then I need a hug. And there are times that I walk right up to my husband. I'm like, can I get a hug? Because sometimes you just need a hug. The last thing I wanted to share, and I heard about this. You know, why is it we hear so much about things that we've never heard before on TikTok and other platforms like that? But I heard about this. This is called rubber base. Okay, it's called rubber base, and there's a base and there's a top coat. What that is, it's a gel like nail product. So it goes on like a polish. If you can hear that, you hear how hard and strong it makes the nail. But watch this. They call it rubber base because it just comes off like rubber, okay? And it doesn't do what the gel nail polish does by leaving your nails feeling like they were stripped and scraped. That's one of the reasons why I stopped getting my nails done, because when you go and they take the gel off, it looks like and it feels like it's actually taking a layer of your nail off. And I started hating that, but I wanted to find a way to grow my nails, and I'm actually able to grow them with this rubber base. So this is my little self-care routine. I bought a little $20 UV lamp. I put this on, I put the top coat, I put my nails under there for 120 seconds, and it comes out hard, strong. And if one just starts lifting up, I mean, it comes off as easy as a press-on nail. So it's something you can do on your own. If you feel like, well, I don't pamper myself enough, I want to get my nails done, this is something you can do. And it's not like you don't need super expertise to be able to do it. Okay? So also, an honorable mention. Hydration is one of the ways that I implement self-care. So I love coconut water. It replenishes. You might want something like Gatorade, whatever your preference is, but hydrating yourself is amazing self-care, and I think that we should all try it. I picked these up yesterday. I saw them and I said, the next time I get in the tub, I am going to put a rubber duck in it, because when I was growing up, I've seen it, but my mom never bought us these, so I bought it for myself. And yeah, that's just my little cute way to say, you know, bath time is fun time, relax time, and yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I'm also going to link my Amazon store, because I have an entire luxury and relaxation section that has cute pajamas, candles, all kinds of things that you can use for your house. I love gold accents in my kitchen, so if you do too, I have a lot of gold stuff that you can look at and browse through. Trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to share. And that was it, but I hope this self-care module really helped you understand that you are important, and self-care is just love to yourself. Let me know in the comments which one of these things you will try to implement, or if you do something different, share. I want to know what you're doing for self-care that might be different from the things that I shared, okay? So I love you all. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe, but also follow me at Miss Princess Dom on Instagram and on TikTok. See you soon.